Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I kind of just want to talk about my natural hair journey. From the time really when I started my channel up until now. The very first time I'm wearing my hair after it had been braided up for so many months. Okay, so really from, let's just say July, we could say starting in July. All right, so July, August, September. So really only had been like 3 months that I had stopped getting a relaxer, and my ends are still very relaxed. I have the new growth, but I was able to, do some type of hairstyle to it where I could wear it curly. Okay. And so that's what it looked like. All right. So then moving to November, I had some pieces, sewn in, you know what I mean? And blow my hair out, no relaxer. And then just had some pieces in there, right? So in December, here I am with the long wig that has the bang, but I have the bangs bobby pin to the side, okay? And then, this is me in between the wigs, okay? Because I would never really put a wig on and just kind of like, because I didn't know how to do anything to natural hair. So I didn't know how to two-strand twist. I didn't know how to flat twist. I didn't know how to do any of these things. I really still don't know how to flat twist, but I don't know how to do any of these things. So it was just a hairstyle that I tried to put together. So this is probably like one of my first real hairstyles that I tried to put together to look professional or whatever. It's just something that's twisted to the side and pinned up, So this is my first introduction to an invisible part. Okay, so this is my protective styling as I'm going through this transition period. Okay, so I have this invisible part in my head where the hair is glued down right to the top. You get a full sew in except for the crown, and you would get the invisible part and glued in, so that the tracks are laid so that you can't really see the track. But as your hair grows out, you know what I'm saying, you kind of got to have this part taken off and then reapplied. And I really didn't want to go through that. So I kind of just did away with it altogether and went back to Old Faithful, back to my wigs. Okay. Braided up, put the wig back on. So here's February 2012. So for 3 months, again, hair completely braided up. All right. Letting it do a thing. So now to get it rebraided, to put a wig back on, I would go in and trim off my own straight ends periodically. And then I would braid it back up, rock the wig again. Okay. So here's March. And here in March, you can see that there's still, because I wanted to maintain my length. Okay. So in me maintaining my length, you can still see where I have some straight ends in the front, and just by, twisting it, putting on some cold wave rods or something like that, I'm able to create, this curly pattern in the hair. And so it kind of blends a little bit with the natural hair, but you can still see that the curl pattern is significantly different. Okay, so here's another style in March of 2012. All right, and here you can still see, my straight ends. All right, in April is when I actually went in professional. This is my first time getting my hair professionally done by someone who specializes in natural hairstyles and maintaining your natural hair. I will put her information in the information box below as well. So her name is Lauren, and she works, I want to say Styles for You. This is for Easter time. So Lauren did my hair in this braided hairstyle, and I wore it for about a month or so. And then here it's taken out, and you can see that my hair is a little bit longer than it was in March, towards the end of March, and it's just a month. So here it is wet. So you can see, you don't really see too much damage back here. For the most part, I had gotten to the point where I've clipped off most of my permed ends. And my hair at this point was almost completely natural. Okay. except for a couple pieces. And so I went on ahead and got another sewing done, but I left my crown out and I had my hair straightened. So this is where my process, this is where I start in setting my process back, setting my journey back. So May 2012, okay? So here I have this sewing, all right? But my hair is out. You can tell by the parts. So, but in order to blend this hair, I was flat ironing every daggone day. It just wasn't straight enough. It's Virginia. It's hot and humid. Like, this was the wrong time of the freaking month to have my hair out with this hair. Like, it was just the wrong time of the daggone month. That's all I can say. Okay. And so I was causing a lot of damage to my hair. And so in the front, I created a lot of heat damage to my hair. I even took a hot comb to my head one time because I was just so, like, I needed it to blend. So here it is, June. Front is really damaged, and so I cut it really short, and was just not feeling it. So July, I go for a full sew-in ombre hair color, but it's a full sew-in, and I ended up leaving hair out at the top, right, and be what you see here. But then I went back to my stylist. Okay, so who did this hairstyle? Okay, so Kemar did this hairstyle for me, and he has a hair salon in Hampton, Hair Jones. I went back to him and had him braid up that leave out that I had, and he coiled some hair at the top. You know what I'm saying? So I rocked that for the rest of the summer. And then in October of 2012, you know, I was wearing my hair out for a little minute. And in the front, it's still straight in the front, but you see it's grown out a lot, right? And so that's pretty much the method that I would use. Every time I would braid it, I would take it out, trim the ends, braid it back up to kind of get rid of those now damaged ends, you know what I mean? Because the relaxer at one point had been completely cut out. So now, you know, we're looking at damaged hair from heat and, you know, from heat processes. So November, so here's December 2012. I go back to a sew-in. Now, this is my first experience with the closure, and you really can't see the closure here. I couldn't really find any good pictures showing the closure, but I definitely have a closure on with this piece. And so that's when I started using the closures, because I like wearing my hair in parted hairstyles. I like to have a swoop. I like to have the middle part. I like to have that. I don't like it when it's coiled in the crown and then it swoops down to the side. I never really liked that look, but that was really the only way that hair was being done at that time before the closures became popular and available, accessible to, you know, every regular day people. So now here we are, 2013, and you can see, okay, my hair has bounced back. All right, my damaged ends are pretty much gone. And so then I decided, let me try to straighten my hair again, because because the top knot was like the trending bun hairstyle, right? So I want to rock a top knot. And then here we are, and I, you know, have my hair straightened now. And with me getting my hair straightened again, I ended up getting heat damage. Okay. So for me, what I have learned is the amount of heat, the temperatures at which my hair can handle heat, so it will not damage my hair.
And here are the ends that were damaged, that you can readily see that are visible up front. There was like some more strands down here, but you really can't tell.
Here I have pictures. This is April of the damaged ends. It's not everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So it was just in a few sections in my hair. So in the back, at the nape of the neck, and like at the top where the bang area is. And so that's where I have most of my damage. And you can like really see how it goes from that curly pattern to that limp straight pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still transitioning, and I just felt like I just set myself back like a whole year's worth of progress. You know what I mean? And so I was just so distraught, child. You just don't understand how distraught I was. So I had to go back to, again, another sew-in. And so, and this sew-in, I think, is the longest sew-in I have ever rocked, because I went in and decided to repurpose some hair and made a wig and all type of mess. So here's April 2013. All right. And so I've rocked this from April 2013. This hair color, in 2 different variations, all the way up until August of 2000. So I didn't take this hair out until September, maybe middle of October. Now here I am in October. All right, hair is a lot longer, but yet and still I have those damaged ends. Okay. And then here's a side-by-side comparison 2 years later, okay, from the original picture from me starting this transition to now. Is really more natural than it was 2 years ago. That I can say. The route that I'm going to have to go will to a place that I can actually get it cut all over into a style, so that when I'm styling my own hair, it has shape.